Welcome back to the second lesson in Start Building Your Website Here tutorial series. In this third part of the lesson, we will configure Gmail to use your new email account. You'll see that configuring Gmail is quite a bit different than setting up Outlook. So you can get to Gmail from our Lesson 2 page, which is at www.byobwebsite.com. Then hover over Video Lessons and select Basic Tutorials. And then click Start Building Your Website Here. And we go to Lesson 2. Now down here in the right hand corner, you can see the Lesson 2 resources. Select Gmail and the Gmail login screen will come up. Now you enter your username and password and click Sign In. So this is my Gmail account. Now we go to the upper right hand corner and select Settings. Go over to Accounts and Import and then go down to Check Mail using POP3. And we click this button over here, and this will bring up a dialog box where you can add an email account that you own. So in this case, I add my email account and click Next Step. So obviously it's going to be your name at domainname.com. Now we click Next Step and we get to the next dialog box. Now the username here is the same username as we use in Outlook, but if you need to refresh your memory, you can switch back to HostGator Control Panel and then scroll down to Email Accounts, and this is my username right here. We click More and then select Configure Email Client. And right here you can find the manual settings for configuring your email account. Okay, so the mail server username is melissa@tailoringthesisskins.com. Let's copy that and put it right here. And then we enter our password. And the password is the same password that we entered when we created our email address. And the POP server is mail.tailoringthesisskins.com. Port 110 is correct. I generally don't leave a copy of retrieved message on the server, and I don't need to use a secure connection when retrieving mail. I'm happy with that. Label incoming messages. And I don't want to skip the inbox, so I leave it at that. And then I click Add Account. So now your email account has been added. You can now retrieve mail from this account. Would you like to also be able to send mail as melissa@tailoringthesisskins.com? So I click Yes and then select Next Step. And then it would ask for a name that you would like to show up. So of course we'll leave it at that and select the next step. Now this next dialog box is asking you whether to send through Gmail or send through tailoringthesisskins.com SMTP servers. So we select Send through Gmail and then select Next Step. And now it's time for verification. Before we can send mail as melissa@tailoringthesisskins.com, we need to verify that you own this email address. To perform the verification, click Send Verification. So I click that. So I go back over to my Gmail inbox. And here's the email that Gmail sent. So I open it up. And what we're looking for here is the confirmation code. So we copy that and go back to the dialog box. I enter the confirmation code and hit Verify. So let's check our email settings. Go back to Accounts and Import. And as you can see, our email account has been added. Now you can test this by sending yourself an email at your domain name from any other source, and you should be getting your emails in the mailbox from now on. In fact, let's try and do that. Click Compose Mail and use our default email. Send it to melissa@tailoringthesisskins.com. Subject line Test and hit Send. And there we go. We just received our test email. So that about wraps up the third part of Lesson 2. In the fourth part of the lesson, we will set up and configure Yahoo to access your email account.